Alright, hello there, Mr. Pokemon 907. We just did the Flower Cup in the previous episode. Now we're gonna move on to the Flower Cup, the Star Cup, whichever. We just did the Star Cup, right? In the previous episode, I said Flower Cup. Oh, I'm so ahead of myself. Alright, so let's go with one of these guys. Yeah, let's go with one of these. Let me get my... I think they're good with these. And I could have used this Teddy when I was using the villager. But I'm gonna go ahead. Let's see what's gonna suit these little guys. Ah, Clown Koopa Clown. That's it. I was looking for the most signature iconic card that belongs to him. I guess this is better. And we're going with, the best paraglider for the stats. Right. So we just did the Star Cup. Now we're on to the Special Cup. This is the final cup of what I would call the Nitro Grand Prix of the Mario Kart 8 series. 8 Deluxe, whatever. Alright. Let's go. It's gonna be a lot, me uploading these. Whoa. Oh, excitement. Alright. This is one of my favorite tracks. This is one of my favorite tracks in this entire game. It is. Alright, so we're gonna drift here, get these coins. Ooh. Ooh. The handling control on this Koopa Clown cart is nice though. Alright, let's go. This is nice. Alright. Yeah, wow. The glide is nice. The driving is awesome. Alright, it's gonna strike over there. Strike in there right now. Send that back. Get our 2 items. Alright, hold on to this for sure. Obviously. Alright, awesome. Flip. Flip. Alright. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, here. Alright. Alright. So you get these. The clothes, like the lighting in the track. This is amazing. When I first saw this track, alright, not risking it there. I don't think we'd have enough speed. We're too small. We could easily drop off. So let's just take this road. Dang fucking lightning. Excuse me any swears, but dang it, man. That ruins the fun, to be honest. Like, when you're ready to drift, you're most likely to get hit by lightning. When you're ready to do a jump across somewhere, you're most likely to get hit by lightning. The lightning kind of takes away from the game mechanics. Whenever you're doing something, you're about to boost with a boost, get hit by lightning. I would maybe do some form of edited video compilation showing just how terrible that is. Lightning is a pest. Maybe I'd name it something like that, and just show how bad the timing is every time we get hit by lightning. It's purposely done. I'm sure it's purposely done. Get back, good. Alright. So that's the first strat. Let's go on to the second. Alright. This is a cool track too, but I'm not too fond of sandy areas, literally, to be honest. All right, let's go. All right, so let me see. I'm gonna quickly pause here, pull this up. 46%. All right, not bad. That isn't bad. Just checking to see how badly my battery's doing right now. I have this brightness all the way up. You know, I think my audio is like kind of high for the, you know, the recommended. And the recommended for like prolonged battery life. All right, so we're doing fine. It's about halfway, so that's actually really good. I think this was kind of low by the time I started the other cups. So this is really good battery performance, to be honest. I don't know what people are talking about, what the hell people are playing. Then there are like videos all over the internet. Either Nintendo haters or people who are paid to like push the system to the limit. They're in a hot room or something, and then they go online saying, "Oh, their systems are overheating. Maybe they have a damaged system, or maybe like even my Nintendo Switch 1, like people were complaining about this system overheating, right? And I have a Nintendo. It's possibly because I have a V2. I don't know. I have a revised Nintendo Switch 1. I got it kind of late into the lifespan of the Nintendo Switch 1, so maybe that's it. But people were complaining about the games overheating. I had this since June, okay? I had this since around launch. This is a Nintendo Switch 2, and I had no overheating issues, nothing of the sort. And people are so complaining about that. So I don't know, maybe it's like location, where they live, they don't have good like airflow in their room or something. I've got excellent airflow. My parents, my dad might say it otherwise, but this room here has excellent airflow because I'm not an idiot. If you have your house like every window open and stuff like that, you cause something that I call lack of oxygen. Like this isn't gonna make any sense at all, but air, energy and material goes from an area of high concentration to low, right? If as soon as air gets into your room, it's right back out the window. It's not. It doesn't have any time to stay around. It's passing straight through the house. If you have devices and stuff, that's why most companies that you're working in an office or something is AC, because the air is more allowed to it's still being filtered, but the room is kept cool that way. The air doesn't pass right out as soon as it gets in, so like the room is cool that way, right? But if you're in a room outside is hot already, and then you have your windows open, like no air, the air isn't allowed to stay around, then your devices could overheat easily because there's no air for them to pull in. The air in the room becomes thin, I would say. But if you know how to, you shut your windows up, maybe you have an outdraft, like you just ease and open in the back of your house open, and you shut most of your windows, the air in there is gonna get like high pressured, and your device would have a lot of air then to recycle. It's going to pull it in and push it out, and it's going to keep cool. That's I guess I should have done I'm actually going to do, because who's going to know where to scroll through unless there's some high tech AI or something, know where to find this in my video. I'm going to make a video on that, detailing how to best care your device, how to not have overheats, stuff like that, especially if you live in a suburban area that is like blocked off from air, wind. It gets very hot in there. I could help people out with that, less system overheats. All right, or just buy a dime fan and put it right next to the system. Although the system already has its own fan to keep itself cool, it needs something to pull air towards it. Like some people's houses have no airflow, and then they wonder why they have all these health issues and all of that. They're not breathing any air. Like, shut your dang windows. Like, having a window open doesn't automatically mean, you know, a healthy breathing ear. A lot of people don't know this, and they should. Shut your freaking windows, like, you know, yeah. Or if not shutting them 100%, like right down, just ease them down, man. Let the ear maneuver in the dang room. That's why our atmosphere has a shield, per se. The air doesn't just pass through the earth, or we would suffocate. Our atmosphere actually keeps the air in. The same thing you've got to do with your room, like, use your common sense. Our atmosphere keeps the air in, like, mostly, and, you know, then after some point it is filtered out with a porous effect. That's how our atmosphere works. Right? You've got to do the same thing. Alright. I just launched that green shell as though it's garbage, but that's something I guess Lemmy would do. Like, no kidding, that's something I guess that character would literally do, so it works, I guess. Oh, he's going to punch that side, so let's go over here. Alright. Alright. And... Alright, awesome, awesome, awesome. Oh, shit. Alright, so that red shell just hit into that boulder, so we've been saved from that. Saved by the boulder. Instead of, you get it? Instead of saying saved by the bell, saved by the boulder. This game is a little loud, though. It really is. I've got my ears, like, semi-blocked. I usually do that for focus, especially when I'm doing videos and stuff. I've got really good hearing, and I pick up on every detail in the environment. And it kinda, not anxiety, like some people have, is more like I'm easily then distracted by the sounds around me. So I just, oop, this way. I just half semi-block my ears that I could, you know, focus more on what I'm doing right here. Yeah. I hear everything around me, man. It's very interesting. Run the last lap here. Get this drift. Some boulder's got to be coming around the corner. Yep. Someone is going to drop it here. Oh gosh, I knew to dodge. Knowledge is power. Alright, there we go. Alright. So on to the final track for this cut. And I'm going to cut it here for a bit. I've still got to do editing for these. I've got to upload these. This is Mario Kart 8's Rainbow Road. Gorgeous, ain't it? Gorgeous. I'm surprised we aren't getting much scattered light. This camera is doing amazing, to be honest. This is doing amazing, I'd say. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I was expecting this to look a lot worse. It's perfect. It isn't bad in the slightest, even. I said worse, but no, I was expecting this to look bad, and it doesn't. Playing this track 200cc is something else. Oh my god, why game? Why? Dang it, man. Why game? Alright. So let's get on over here. Pull out for defense. Alright. Get that little boost. Up. Alright. Get these coins. We're gonna drop that right there. That's a gift for y'all. Hold on to that. Cherish it. I knew it, but we defended. Alright, so second lap. Alright. I'm going to play something more sports as well. I'm going to look into, you know, games that will be more interesting and appealing to the vast audience. It'll still be fun for me. I'm going to make sure it's still fun for me, but Yeah, I'm gonna games that I usually wouldn't have played. Like I just spent most of my hours growing up, my free time hours playing Super Smash and Mario Kart like this and stuff. But I'm gonna definitely try to branch out now that the Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch 2 are more like third-party based, you know, companies that are not Nintendo. I'm gonna play a wider variety of games, or try to, yeah, get that drift boost for the corner. On to the final lap. Dropping these. Dang it, I should have kept the coin. I think the coin does stay, if I remember correctly. Alright, we got another one. Nice. The game was being nice to us. All generous. Alright. Dang it. You do not want to miss that boost. That boost flip. Oh my god, Ho, game, stop it. Stop being so dang evil. Alright. Alright. So let's hold this for defense. We still have 3 more behind there in the second item pouch. Let's call them item pouches. Or item hands. I don't know, whatever. As a smart reference to Master Hand and Crazy Hand in Super Smash. Dang it, game. Alright, we're still far ahead somewhat, so we're fine. But Jesus, this game bombards you with items though. Like, if you aren't good at all, this game has to be so difficult. If you aren't too skilled, this game must be pressure. So much pressure. Alright, so we did it. That's the final cup. That's the final cup of the Nitro Grand Prix. When I say Nitro Grand Prix, I refer to, you know, tracks that are originally from the Mario Kart game that we're playing. So those are all the Mario Kart 8 tracks. I'm going to start the Retro Grand Prix as soon as I can. But for right now, I'm just going to focus mostly on editing and getting these videos to you. Alright? So, oh, that was crude, man. That was so crude. This was the best track that I did in this cup. Was it? I guess. Those drift panels, yeah, I guess. Alright. That's all fine and dandy. Okay, that's a gorgeous trophy though. It is. I'm going to put this back too. Can I zoom during the writing on the back? What does it say? Put this back to 1. And I'm going to try to zoom on a particular location. I think the technology allows that. Oh, it just simply zooms. Oh, okay. So, yeah. Why does it not zoom? You know, I think I just messed up the entire time it wasn't. Oh, I didn't zoom it out fully. All right, so that's it. That's definitely it. Oh, credits. The Mario Kart 8 credits. Can't skip this. Let's move my hand from over there. This is... These end credits are like amazing. You'll see. I don't even want to talk through them too much, but yeah, this game graphically and the physics and everything, this game is a marvel. Like, any child, any person who likes Mario Kart a lot, you could still gift them, you know, if they have a Switch 2, if you could afford it, you could still get them Mario Kart World and this, but I would recommend, oh, listen to that. I would recommend you get both. You get this Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. There's a big DLC pack as well. Maybe later down the road, then you could, you know, give them the DLC pack for this. But yeah, this game is awesome. That's Cheeseland. That's one of the retro tracks. Okay. then the camera pan, and you know the track. Yeah. The music in this game is just superb. 10/10, 100/100. Yeah, the V tracks and stuff. Like, ooh. The sponsor advertisements on the cards and the environs and stuff in Mario Kart 8. I've got a case here, right? I could show it on camera, I guess. I've got this for my Switch 1, and I'm not going to push it in front of the video. I'm going to do it after this finishes. I'm not going to ruin this video for anybody. That'd be ridiculous. Ooh. Bowser Oil. So I guess that's his sponsor for that race. Those orange juices. Link just has his Hylian crest. It all makes sense. Because when you depend on the character that you play, then they've got like different adverts on the vehicle. She just goes her cool cat pink. Right there. And then the Inklings. That was a bit of the Zelda music blended into there. Oh, this is one of the best. This is one of the best for sure. This, Mario Kart V, Mario Kart DS, Game Boy Advance. Yeah, just calling out my faves. You see all the adverts on the left. And it's really show the logo. Yeah. Awesome, right? So cool. Like you can see my you can see my device. Daytime recording is so annoying. But right, so my plan was, you know, that's just the title screen. Now I'm not messing with anything per se. I do think the camera could focus and see it. Look at that. Boomerang Bros International Airlines. Bomb Plugs focus camera, thank you. There's Mario Motors, Mario Kart since '92. The back really does show a lot more, you know, in a better scope. Alright, that's Mario Motors, Bowser Oil, Thunder Slip, Bullet Bill Speed Trail, alright. I guess maybe, you know, when you do like time trials and stuff in older Mario Karts, that could be a branding for that. Propeller Toad Transport, piston engines, mushroom piston engines. This game, they've been all the way, man. They've got like so much things in this thing. I think there's one also. I think this is road service. M88 is a little dirty. Excuse me. I had this case for a while and I should have cleaned it, but I just had it there put down. You know, my Switch is in here. My Switch 1 is in here with my yeah, so it's a really nice case also. Like, the thing about Nintendo, this is an official case. This isn't something someone made. You can see the Switch logo right there. I've got my games in there. And yeah, let me just... And then when you hold up, there's that nice logo. I just pushed the system out of line. Dang it. I just pushed the system out of line from the recording. But yeah, that's the Switch 1 in there. Yeah, really nice case. It isn't too bad though. I could just, you know, and that's how it was. So yeah, that's it for this episode. We're gonna go on ahead and continue. So like I was explaining earlier, right? I'm just gonna go ahead and make our way to the cup screen, the Grand Prix screen. Alright, so we did the Mushroom Cup, Flower Cup, Star Cup, and Special Cup, right? Now, anyone else might just go ahead and play these at random, but you know, if you don't have the knowledge, you don't know. Alright, so we're gonna finish then the retro. You know that we've done like all the Mario Kart games before this. And we're gonna start from the Shell Cup next episode. Then we're gonna move on to the Banana Cup. Then we're gonna move on to the Leaf Cup. Then the Lightning Cup. Then from there, after we finish those 4 retro cups, we're gonna go on and finish these. These are the DLC for Wii U that Wii U had. And once we finish those, then we're gonna move on up here to the DLC parts that we had for Switch. Alright? So yeah, until next episode, Shell Cup. Thanks for watching. Remember to leave a like, comment, subscribe, whichever you please. And yeah, until next episode. Let's see what this title screen was this time. This, right? Yeah. Alright.